not on.
Make it happen. Hey, come on.
I need to tell you to come on.
Which one? Richard? Yes, time to go. They can hear you.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they can hear you. I am doing done. We are ready to go. Maybe you're ready, yeah?
Well, everybody, please take your seat. We will now call this meeting to order. We will have order from Ward 12. Take the roll.
Thank you, Madam President. Whose name? President. Douglas. Here. Burke. Present. Rodriguez.
Present.
Singh. Here. Rodriguez. Here. Saban. Here. Lupo.
Here.
Decker. Lester. Here. Hayward. And Choose is here. Burrow Santana.
Here.
Miller.
Here.
Santiago. Here. Crespo. Funzo. Here. Nicola. Present. Edwards.
Here.
Winter. Here. Larson. Walker Myers.
Here.
Hamilton. Marsan. Here. Rakeem.
We now have the line items from order from Ward 8.
Thank you. You can see. So I'm just I'm mostly seeing the kind of below the box on Zoom. I'm 37 weeks pregnant this week with my second kid. And so I'm very soon to go on maternity leave. And it is a lot of problems. This work raising this community in our neighborhoods. But also the balance that comes with being in sport, being in many meetings. And so tonight, like many nights, I miss that time with Hunter, my 2-year-old. And so he will actually take me in being a part of story time tonight. So this is Good Night Moon. This is going to be a story that hopefully in 3 weeks' time I'll have another baby. And I'm going to be taking 6 months off of work, which is really exciting to be with my new family and to establish new traditions with my son and my daughter and my husband and my family. I welcome you all, particularly the members of the board and extended family. And so, good night, everyone. I'm Margaret Wise Brown, pictures by in the great green room, there was a telephone and a red button and the picture of the cows hanging over the moon. And there were 3 little bears sitting on chairs. And 2 little kittens on pure kittens. And a little toy house and a young mouse. And a comb and a brush and a bowl full of mush. And a quiet old lady who was whispering, hush. Good night, room. Good night, moon. Good night, cow, dripping over you. Good night, light, and the red balloon. Good night, bears. Good night, chairs. Good night, kittens. Good night, kittens. Good night, clocks, and good night, socks. Good night, little house, and good night, mouse. Good night, comb, and good night, brush. Good night, nobody. Good night, brush. And good night to the lady, the old lady, whispering, hush. Good night, stars. Good night, air. Good night, voices everywhere. So I will, usually on the way, we bring this a second and third time, I will spare you that. But, I'm wondering, this may be the last time I'm in the chamber for a while, but that will be really soon. So I just wanted to thank you for story time. So I love that, I'm sure this reading, you know, we're happy to have this right now. And so, thank you.
February 22, 2022, regular meeting.
The item has been moved and seconded. Discussion. Are there any changes to the journal? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passes. Majority leader.
Thank you, Madam President. On unanimous consent, I ask you to see the item number 1 from the tax collector order of tax refunds, March 7, 2022.
Is there anyone going to deny unanimous consent? Seeing none, Mr. Majority Leader.
I move it.
The item has been moved and seconded. Discussion. Seeing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passes. Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam President. Continuing under unanimous consent, I ask you to see items 2 through 7. 2, order concerning real property taxes of Keisha Branch on motor vehicle tax accounts 81635 and 55997. 3, order concerning real property taxes of Banco Cologne on motor vehicle tax accounts 692-632, 711-005, 692-632, again, and 726629. 4, order concerning real property taxes of Crystal Hemingway Coleman on motor vehicle tax accounts 615082 and 656736. 5, order concerning real property taxes of Brittany Mason on motor vehicle tax accounts 89598 and 813901. 6, order concerning real property taxes of Wasi L. Moyi Jr. on motor vehicle tax accounts 86376 90541 86283 and 86870. And 7, order concerning real property taxes of Shaniqua Walton on motor vehicle tax account 739716.
Is there anyone going to deny unanimous consent? Seeing none, Mr. Majority Leader.
I move these items, Madam President.
The items have been moved and seconded. Discussion. I call on order from Board 15.
Thank you, Madam President. Items 2 to 7 are people that are willing to pay the taxes if they can help with the interest. So we're going to pay the interest, so they pay the taxes. I hope everybody agrees with it. Thank you.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passes. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam President. I ask you to see an item number 8 from the interim chief of police, the order of the Board of Alders of the city of New authorizing the Department of Police Services to accept a donation from Demand Zero of 1 trained dual purpose K9 and for funding to purchase training equipment for the new K9. In addition, Demand Zero will provide funding for food and veterinary services for this K9 and 2 other K9s purchased by Demand Zero in 2019 for the K9 unit, Bruce and Farley, until their tenure ends in the K9 unit.
Is there anyone going to deny unanimous consent? Seeing none, Mr. Majority Leader.
I move the item.
The item has been moved and and second, discussion. Seeing none, all in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passes. Majority
Thank you, Madam President. I ask you to see item number 9, Alderman Key and others submitting a resolution of the Board of Alders of the City of New Haven affirming support for Ukrainian American residents in New Haven, praying for peace and independence and an end to Russian military aggression on the country of Ukraine.
Is there anyone going to deny unanimous consent? Mr. Majority Leader.
Madam President, I ask you to consider this, move this to a first reading.
So noted. Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam President. Under communications, I note items 10 through 20. Under first readings, I note items 21 and 22. Under second readings, I move item 23A, finance favorable. A, ordinance amendment to appropriate ordinance number 1, authorizing reclassification of the position of processing clerk number 830 to assistant registrar for bilingual if needed in the Health Department Vital Statistics Office.
The item has been moved in second. Discussion. I call on order from Ward 25.
Thank you, Madam President. The administration requests to change the position in the Vital Statistics Office from processing clerk to assistant registrar. The position in question is now vacant, and changing it will allow the new hire to perform a full range of responsibilities in the office. This expansion of duties will improve the functioning of this public-facing office and enhance service to residents. The Finance Committee heard this request and voted to send it to the Board of Alders with a favorable recommendation. I ask colleagues to approve this motion. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, this is the ordinance amendment. I will have order from Ward 12 take the roll.
Thank you, Madam President. Kuznick. Yes. Douglas. Yes. Hurt. Yes. Rodriguez.
Yes.
Singh. Yes. Rodriguez.
Yes.
Saban.
Yes.
Kupo.
Yes.
Decker. Besta.
Yes.
Haywood. And Jones, yes. Burrow Santana.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Santiago.
Yes.
Crespo. Funzo.
Yes.
Nicola.
Yes.
Edwards.
Yes.
Absalom Smith. Winter.
Yes.
Morrison. Walker Myers.
Yes.
Hamilton.
Yes.
Marchand.
Yes.
Rakeem. Furlow.
Yes.
Abdul Sabag.
Yes.
Wingate.
Yes.
Smith.
Yes. Is there anyone who has a wishing to vote? Is there anyone who has a wishing to change your rule? Seeing none, I will pass. Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam President. Continuing under finance favorable, I move item 23B, order of the Board of Alders of the City of New Haven, approving and authorizing the Department of Parks and Public Works to increase a FY 2021-2022 contract with CESCO to $225,000.
Second.
The item has been moved in second. Discussion. I call on order from Ward 25.
Thank you, Madam President. The Department of Parks and Public Works requests authorization to increase the city's contract with CESCO, the supplier of trash and recycling bins for the city. This larger approved expenditure will allow the city to purchase more bins and hence to address the backlog in resident requests for replacements for damaged or stolen bins. The Finance Committee heard this request and voted to give it a favorable recommendation. I ask colleagues to approve this item. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Item passes. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam President. Under miscellaneous, I move item number 24, a motion to amend from Alder Crespo, submitting a motion to amend LM-2021-0471 in order of the Board of Alders previously adopted on November 11, 2021, a second period to pay paid for Marissa Arguello on the motor vehicle tax account number 888-528 extending the period to pay the taxes to April 23, 2022.
Second.
The item has been moved in second discussion. I call on order from Ward 15.
Thank you, Madam President. This item is just extending it the time so constituents to pay the taxes. Thank you.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Item passes. Mr. Jordan.
Thank you, Madam President. I move item 25, motion to discharge from the chair of the Automatic Affairs Committee, submitting a motion to discharge the Automatic Affairs Committee from consideration of the following legislative items and to take it up for immediate action. Order of the New Haven Board of Alders approving the mayor reappointment of John Alston, chief of the New Haven Fire Department.
Second.
The item has been moved in second discussion on the motion to discharge from the order from Ward 13.
Thank you, Madam President. This item was submitted to the Board of Alders on Monday, February 7, 2022. The 30 days allowed by charter for this appointment. I respectfully request this board discharge this item from the Automatic Affairs Committee so that we can vote on it tonight. Thank you.
Any further discussion on the motion to discharge only? Seeing none, all in favor of discharging the item say aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item is now discharged. Order from Ward 13. Listen, get me all confused. Order from Ward 27, Ms. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam President. I move the item and I request for
Second.
The item has been moved in second discussion. I call on order from Ward 13.
Thank you, Madam President. The first thing that we need to do is to change the date of the appointment, the term. It will be changed from 12/31 of 2026.
Are you offering an amendment?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. The reason why there's a change of date is that the date that was in the offer letter to the chief was dated incorrectly. It should be 1/31 of 2026. Thank you.
Any further discussion on the amendment only? Seeing none, all in favor of the amendment, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passed. The item is now amended. Mr. Majority Leader. Okay, order from Ward 13.
Thank you, Madam President. Seeing that the item has been amended, at the Automatic Affairs Committee held on Monday, February 28th, we heard from Chief Austin and members of the public, including more than 25 firefighters, regarding the reappointment of Chief John Austin as fire chief. Chief John Austin appeared before the Automatic Affairs Committee and discussed his willingness to continue to serve in the capacity of fire chief and his future plans for the department. We heard the concerns from the firefighters and they will be addressed. I hope that I can get support from the Board of Alders in support of the unanimous consent on this item. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion on the item? I call on order from Ward 10.
Thank you, Madam President. I stand in support of Chief Austin's reappointment. We heard the concerns from the New Haven Fire Department, but we also heard the positives from the New Haven Fire Department. I don't believe there's anyone perfect in this world, and that goes for all of us on this board and the New Haven Police Fire Department. Is there work to be done? Yes, there is always work to be done to improve ourselves and our workplaces. The question is, what are we as a board? What is leadership on this board? What is the administration? And what is the New Haven Fire Department going to do to address some of these concerns? This is where we all have to come together and hold each other accountable, making sure that the priority of saving the lives of our residents and their safety is is number one. Chief Campbell even said that night of the Aldermanic Affairs Committee, get it together, guys. Well, if the unanimous vote goes through for reappointing Chief Austin, we will have 4 years to do that. So let's all get it together. Because we as a board can keep everyone on target as long as communication takes place. I mean, together we can achieve so much, and we can work together to make our department even better than it is today. And all of this for the safety of our residents. Thank you, Madam President.
I would like to go for the record that order from Ward 16 has joined us. Any further discussion? All right. I call on order from Ward 4.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair. February 28th, at the Aldermanic Affairs Committee, 135 to 141 participants during the period of 4 hours were, we listened, pros and cons. We had a lot of firefighters there. Approximately 74 firefighters also tried to come and speak to our public safety committee. But it was a workshop. In listening also to others that approached me by phone and in person, I listened. And I believe many of my colleagues will listen. And there's definitely some concerns. We know there are some concerns. In review of NIOSH reports, review of the literature, review of the resume, being a chair in 2018 when Chief Austin came before us, and again for appointment. Looking at all of this and understanding the concerns of our firefighters who are in the line for it, it is significant, and I ask my colleagues to consider the appointment, but also with the understanding that we have received written correspondence from our chief of staff indicating clearly that our chief administrative officer, and on Monday at the Aldermanic Affairs Committee, the chief administrative officer, shared that she was going to work diligently with the department. That we understand that the serious issues that have been brought to us by the firefighters, although we would have liked to see that much earlier on, because safety is extremely significant, not only for our firefighters, but also for our residents. That we have taken this into consideration. We have looked at the reappointment, and today is about the reappointment, that we give this opportunity and that we work together, and with the commitment of the administration and the individuals responsible to assist the chief in meeting the concerns and the demands. And also, I'd like to bring to the attention that working from in-house is significant. The union has a responsibility to protect the workers. And there is definite work in-house that needs to be done. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion? I call on order from Ward 28.
Thank you, Madam Chair. As a member of the public safety community, I stand in solidarity with the firefighters of New Haven. I'm familiar with the work that they do. I've been a member of the police department for 21 and a half years, and often they have come to save my life. I've been at fires, and I've seen the dangers, and they do the work that many of us will never do or dare ever to think to do. So safety cannot be ignored. It can't be a line item budget. It can't be a conversation off in the near future. It has to be something that is front and center and a part of what we do. While at the same time, I do support the chief, I will say that even though there's conversation about who's perfect and who's not, we have a governmental system in place with a charter that includes a board of alders, the public safety committee, leadership, police commissioners, fire commissioners, the CAO. There's an entire system that is a safety net for our firefighters and the rest of our public safety officers. And I think that too often politics get in the way and we don't let them know that we appreciate them, the work that they do. So in closing to this, I will say, as a member of the Board of Alders and a member of the public safety community, I appreciate the work that they all do. I understand the work that they do. I also understand from the administrative area the challenges that this chief has. And I pledge my service as I swore and took this oath that I will stand and uphold and make sure that we follow up behind the issues and the concern of these firefighters, and that we support this chief so we can have a successful fire department. Thank you.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, a roll call was called. I will have order number 12 take
Madam President. Name. Yes. Douglas. Yes. Burt. Yes. Rodriguez.
Yes.
Singh.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Saban.
Yes.
Kupo.
Yes.
Decker. Festa.
Yes.
Haywood. And Toombs is yes. Ferraro Santana.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Santiago.
Yes.
Crespo.
Yes.
Ponzo.
Yes.
Nicola.
Yes.
Edwards.
Yes.
Absalom Smith. Winter.
Yes.
Morrison.
Yes.
Walker Meyer.
Yes.
Hamilton.
Yes.
Marchand.
Yes.
Rakeem. Furlow.
Yes.
Abdul Sabah.
Yes.
Wingate.
Yes.
Smith.
Yes. Is there anyone who has no wish to vote? Is there anyone who has no wish to change? Seeing none, motion passed, Ms. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam President. I move item 26, motion to discharge from the chair of the Automatic Affairs Committee, submitting motion to discharge the Automatic Affairs Committee from consideration of the following legislative items and take them up for immediate action for the purpose of granting them leave to withdraw. A, order of the New Haven Board of Alders approving the mayor's reappointment of Cordali Beno to the Tax Assessment Board of Appeals. B, order of the New Haven Board of Alders approving the mayor's reappointment of Christopher Mordecai to the Tax Assessment Board of Appeals.
Second.
The item has been moved in second. Discussion on the motion to discharge only. I call on order.
Thank you, Madam President. These items were submitted to the Board of Alders on Monday, February 7th. These reappointees have served 9 consecutive years on the board, and the charter requires them to step off for 1 year before they can be reappointed to this board again. I respectfully request that this board discharge these items from the Automatic Affairs Committee so that we can vote on them tonight. Thank you.
Any further discussion on the motion to discharge only? Seeing none, all in favor of discharging these items, say aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? The items are discharged. Mr. Majority Leader.
I move these items, Madam President.
Second.
The items have been moved in second. Discussion. I call on order from Ward 13.
Thank you, Madam President. Since both reappointees have served 9 consecutive years on the Board of Assessment Appeals, and they cannot be reappointed due to the charter requirements, we request these items to be given leave to withdraw. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion on giving these items leave to withdraw? Seeing none, everybody in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? The items are withdrawn, Ms. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam President. I move to suspend section 24-1-A of the rules of the Board of Alders to conduct further business.
Second.
The item has been moved in second. Discussion. Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passes, Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam President. Under unanimous consent, I ask UC on items 26 and 27. 26, order concerning real property taxes of Brianna Mitchell on motor vehicle tax accounts 89817, 84692, and 84691. 27, order concerning real property taxes of Elsie Smith on motor vehicle tax accounts 93954, 99932, 94449, 99867, 99868, and 10043.
Second.
Is there anyone going to deny unanimous consent on these items? Seeing none, Mr. Majority Leader.
I move these items, Madam President.
Now I second.
The items have been moved in second discussion. I call on order from Ward 16.
Thank you, Madam President. Good evening. Part of my delay, I just wanted to ask this body to approve the waiving of the interest for these two constituents, as we did on the prior agenda of the other 6 individuals, by allowing these 2 individuals to bring forth a total of $2,887 in taxes. Combined with the other 6 constituents, we're going to bring a grand total of $5,943. So I urge this body to approve these 2 approvals. Thanks.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passes, Mr. Majority.
Thank you, Madam President. I move to close suspension of section 24-1-A of the rules of the Board of Alders.
The item has been moved in second discussion. Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? And before a motion to adjourn is appropriate, I am gonna ask for a moment of silence for order from Ward 24's. Thank you. Order from Ward 24, you stayed in our prayers.
Members of the Black and Caucus at the meeting this Wednesday is at
22, 24, and 25.
6. Also, make sure that our secretaries send emails. Our speech is going to be next month. And any points that you want us to be talking about, send it before Friday, deadline. And last but not least, the Black History Month has still one piece remaining. And I guess the order from 122 is going to. Thank you.
I will now call on order from Ward 25.
Thank you, Madam President. So, it's March. That means the budget season is on us. I would like to remind colleagues that the first meeting of our budget cycle is next month at 6 p.m. here in Chambers. We're going to begin with a briefing from our acting comptroller and the Director of Management and Budget. This is the overview that kicks off the budget cycle. We'll also hear from our city assessor, who will update us on the grant list, talk about the phase-in. That same evening, we will have a public hearing on an item that was communicated to the board. That is the new agreement between the City of New Haven and Yale University, providing for increased voluntary payments and other items. That is a very exciting evening, a week from tonight, the Yale agreement and the kickoff of the budget cycle. The first public hearing on the budget is Thursday, March 17th at 6 p.m. So those are the first 2 meetings of the budget cycle. Colleagues are encouraged, please, to participate in these meetings. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me or my colleague, Alder Hurt, the Vice Chair of the Committee. Thank you, Madam President.
I will now call on order for Ward 22.
Thank you, Madam President. In recognition of HBCU Awareness Month, the Black and Hispanic Caucus, in partnership with the three public libraries, will be providing our movie series, Tell Them We Are Rising, which is a documentary in regards to the history of HBCUs. As the Black and Hispanic Caucus, we really take this very seriously and to make sure that young people know that there is a different option for college. And so this movie series will start next week on Monday, March 14th, and go through Saturday, March 19th. And the series will be held, or the movie will be held at each one of our library branches, including the IS Library. And so we will put the flyers and notices out so everyone will know which locations to go to or in your community. Well, please support HBCU Awareness Month, as the information provided in this documentary is very good. It's good history. So thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair.
I will now call on order for Ward 24.
Thank you, Madam President, and good evening to colleagues and everyone. I just want to express from my family and I, thank you for all the outpouring of support in the passing of my brother Vincent Colette. It was shocking, unexpected, but God knows best. I am grateful for everyone's support and thank you very much for all the cards, all the reach out, emails, everything. We are grateful. Thank you so much.
I will now call on order from Ward 6.
Thank you, Madam President. Director Lucas put an opportunity for all our neighbors. Sorry. We have an opportunity taking place on March 9th at 6:30. It will be an informational session for the small business enterprise and the minority business enterprises. We are starting this construction over at the old Coliseum. It feels like forever. And so on March 9th, I asked my colleagues to send this out to all the networks so we can have people in our community be able to join this session and see what is available for them and what they can do. Thank you, Madam President.
Are there any more points of personal privilege? I'll call on order from Ward 1.
Thank you, Madam President. I just wanted to let colleagues and residents know that City of New Haven, in the library, the I's main library right here on the green, is now offering passport services. So summer's coming up, so make sure to get those passports renewed. It's open by appointment Wednesdays, 3 to 7 p.m., Thursdays, 3 to 7 p.m., and Saturday, 11 to 3:30 p.m. So again, if you need passport or need to get that renewed, it's a great service. I think it's great that we're seeing it now in the library. So I encourage colleagues and residents to take advantage of that service. Thank you, Madam President.
Are there any more points of personal privilege? Motion has been made and seconded. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? No. Good night. Can I please see order from Ward 3 at the podium, please?
Yeah, no, I have to record.
Once you get up here, what's going on? 'Cause what I got to say is